Tonight's match in the USL Championship is brought to you by Circle K. And it's week 10 in the championship, and the Valley of the Sun is starting to heat up, and so is the championship season. Phoenix Rising back at home to play host against their Western Conference foes, San Antonio FC. Want to welcome you high atop the pitch here at 38th and Washington. Killian McClatchy, my partner, as always, Joe Lally. Good to be back here in Phoenix. It's a little bit warmer. It's a bit windy. I'm sure you can tell. Joe's hair is certainly feeling the effects of it. But, Joe, this should be a fun one, a bit of a rematch from the season opener between these two sides.
Yeah, a tightly contested game in that game on opening weekend. San Antonio picking up all 3 points at home. Phoenix Rising, of course, trying to return the favor. This is sort of a different Rising team. It's also a San Antonio team that's gotten more comfortable in their identity. There's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
This is certainly Phoenix Rising. They've been really hot. We're going to start off with our players to watch, starting for this Rising team, who have won 3 matches in a row, and it's a large part thanks to this guy, Isan Sako. 6 goals this year, tied atop the leaderboard in the championship.
Phoenix Rising needed a number 9 to step up after the injury to Juan Carvajal. In comes Isan Sako, played a lot as a winger last year, but has the ability to play centrally, and he's shown it. Sako has been so effective as a do-it-all number 9 for this Rising squad.
See what sort of celebration he might have cooked up with the rest of his teammates if he can find the back of the net. And he is one of the best in the league, as we said, tied for first with Corey Bennett and Rubio Rubin. And then over on the other side, it's the guy sitting tied for second, Jorge Hernandez. This guy just seems to do it all. He had a brace last week in that 3-3 draw against Colorado Springs. He could have had 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah, for my money, Jorge Hernandez is the best attacking playmaker in all of the USL Championship. You see how effective he's been, not just on the score sheet himself, but also grabbing a couple of assists so far this season. He does it all for this Carlos Llamosa team in the half space.
It took him only 6 minutes to find the back of the net on opening night. He's going to try and repeat that success here this evening. Well, the teams are out getting warmed up. It's a hot night in Phoenix. Don't go anywhere. We got starting lineups, kickoff, and a lot more coming up on the other side of this break in the championship.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car.
Billy, you still there?
Okay, just,
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features. No accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. But do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day, because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
When you choose Arizona Sports Medicine Center, you have access to one of the Valley's most advanced sports medicine and orthopedic care teams.
You're choosing a multidisciplinary team who are dedicated to providing the care you need.
That's why we offer advanced treatments, both surgical and non-surgical options, including robotic-assisted procedures.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, a sports injury, or need rehab after surgery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love to do.
Care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
This broadcast of the USL Championship is brought to you in part by Carvana, ASMC, and America First Credit Union. Tonight's match is brought to you by Circle K and Phoenix Rising San Antonio FC, getting ready to get rocking and rolling. We're going to start off with the starting 11s for these two sides. Joe, we're going to start with this visiting team, San Antonio, coming in currently in second place in the Western Conference, and this is what they're going to throw out.
Yeah, the San Antonio team has found themselves in this 3-4-3 formation, a new invention sort of from where this team was last year. The player to watch, as we said, Jorge Hernandez in the half space. Christian Pirano, though, his opposite, certainly no slouch in the attack.
This is a San Antonio team for Carlos Llamosa, coming in 4 wins, 1 loss, and 4 draws. Here it is, the 11 for Coach Pa Moduka, as Isan Sacco, as we said, is starting up top.
Yeah, the midfield, something to watch as well. How these 3 players, Diego Gomez, Jean-Enrique Morsu, and JP Skiers, support the front line. Not a lot of width in this team. Hope Abievu and Charlie Dennis, both more midfielders than pure wingers. So how can those players combine to create chances for their number 9?
Rising currently coming in tonight, 12 points on the season, 3 wins, 2 losses, and 3 draws on the year. There is Pa Moduka, stoic as ever, getting ready to rock and roll with his club tonight, starting to try and get some of these healthier players back into the rotation, expecting some more helps coming next week. But one of the new players, Gilberto Rivera, officially signed in on loan yesterday. He is available on the bench tonight.
Yeah, Rivera is a player that is rated very highly around American soccer right now. Rated well within the Houston Dynamo organization where he arrives from on loan. And then this Rising group, excited to have another option to really fight for minutes in central midfield. Rivera is a guy who can do a lot of things on the ball. He's a smooth progressor. And if you're Phoenix Rising, I think that's an area that you've identified, hey, we need a little bit of help. How can we turn our build-up into meaningful chances in the final third? Well, some of that starts with clean and crisp ball progression out of the back.
Yeah, Rivera, he had started all 8 matches for Dynamo 2 at the MLS Next Pro. He had 2 goals and an assist after being drafted in the 2026 Super Draft by Houston Dynamo from San Jose State. And there is Carlos Llamosa in his second season. Very experienced U.S. soccer number 29 caps with the U.S. men's national team, as he tries to get his side kind of back on the form that they were to open the season off. They went 5 straight unbeaten, 3 wins and 2 draws, and they've kind of been up and down, picking up only 1 win in their last 5.
Yeah, this is a San Antonio team, though, that has the veteran experience to make you think that they can battle some of this adversity. Man, you think about Mitch Tainer in the middle of this back line tonight. He's somebody that brings so much quality and experience to this group. They know how to rebound.
So our head referee, Matthew Corrigan, whistles us into play, and we are off for match day number 10 in the USL Championship. I want to thank you for spending some of your Saturday night with us here, as Patrick Rakowski, the keeper for Phoenix Rising, will get his first touch. Rakowski's kind of retaken hold of that starting position. It was a bit of a battle between him and Chituru Odunze, and Joe, it seems like Patrick Rakowski has officially solidified himself as the first option.
Very much so, and if you want to think back to the very first game of the season when these two teams were playing in San Antonio, Chituru Odunze had a rough one in goal and really helped San Antonio claim those points. Rakowski hasn't been flashy in goal. That's not his style, but he's extremely capable with his feet and has been just solid enough in terms of his shot stopping that he has really earned that role.
Pass over on the right wing looking for Dennis, and the ball's taken away. As San Antonio will get their first bit of possession. While we have a second, we're going to bring you Lowry's Lowdown, presented by Peoria Nissan. Joe, what are we going to be watching for tonight from these two sides?
Yeah, Phoenix Rising, we know that at home especially, they want to dictate how the game is played. San Antonio in this 3-4-3 shape, just the 2 central midfielders, Kurt Kalov and Mikey Maldonado. Phoenix Rising with their midfield 3 and even maybe with their dropping wingers, can they overload that double pivot when Phoenix have possession? And then for San Antonio, speaking with Carlos Llamosa earlier this week, he emphasized this team's need to stay compact defensively. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to sit deep in their own half for 90 minutes, so I'd imagine they will be compact and deep for times in this game. But really, they want to keep their lines tight regardless of where they're positioned on the field. They know that Phoenix can be dangerous when you give them space.
I mentioned San Antonio. They opened the season, these two clubs, against each other. It was a 2-1 victory, 2 first-half goals from San Antonio. The first one just 6 minutes in from Jorge Hernandez opened his account on the year. As Hope Abievu chips one over the top, looking for Isan Sacco. One touch, and Sacco too wide. Nearly a spectacular goal just 120 seconds in.
And we talked about Phoenix trying to overload this San Antonio midfield. Who's the provider on that ball? Where it's Hope Avievu drifting all the way from left into center. He receives and picks out that clever ball over the top to Isan Sako. Sako tries to pull off something audacious there. Can't quite get it right. Understandable, certainly a difficult chance, but Phoenix Rising showing signs of life early.
Sako, he was the lone goal scorer in that victory in Pittsburgh a week ago. His 6 goals leading the charge for this club. The only other person who's close to him is JP Skiers. He's got 2, and then a bunch of characters for the home side with 1 goal aside. But that 2-1 victory, it was Hernandez and Alex Cronale who scored in the first half. And JP Skiers who scored his lone goal in the year from the penalty spot in the second half. But that was all that Rising could muster in the opener. Pamudaka would even say this is a much different team than even on opening night.
Yes, 4 different starters for this Phoenix Rising group. Changes in goal, changes in the forward line, changes in midfield. It's just a different team than we saw on opening day, and that's natural to an extent, but it's also a reminder of how many injuries this Rising group has dealt with, not just now, but even earlier in the season. We still haven't seen this full team. It's not totally unique to Rising, of course, but it has limited some of what they've been able to do.
There's an opportunity pressing forward. Flag is up and offside, so it will not matter. An early little opportunity came for San Antonio. The newer faces, Kurt Kaloff. Those guys in on loan from Minnesota United. And an unfortunate one. It was a wild match last week between San Antonio and Colorado Springs. It was a 3-3 match. Hernandez had a brace. They were trailing right after the first half. They were down. Hernandez scores a fantastic goal right near the end of the 90 minutes. Then there was 11 added on, a goal in the 97th from San Antonio. They thought they had won it, and then a late corner in the dying moments of the match. A ball that came out, took an awkward deflection off of Kalov, and it ended up being ruled down as an own goal and a 3-3 draw in a match that had a little bit of everything.
And you feel for Kurt Kalov, a player who's trying to establish himself in the championship, was really bright last season for Minnesota United to an MLS Next Pro. A little bit of an all-action central midfielder. Question about size. Does he have the engine maybe in the championship? But someone who's trying to establish himself in San Antonio, still a player I really rate.
Avievu sends it in there. Nice pass for Biasi. Biasi throws it across the face of goal. Dennis, who was at the back post, as Batruni comes sprinting out to grab it, has to throw it down. They're calling that he had his hands on it outside of the box. Rising still with possession as they try to rebuild. Avievu swings over Diego Gomez. Back to Avievu. A testy few seconds for the San Antonio side. Gomez flips it back over. Avievu again. Not a ton of space over on that right wing as they send it back to the midfield as Morsu plays it out to Pop Marboy, the captain.
And again, we're seeing Avievu drift all the way over to that right side in hopes of overloading San Antonio. Luke Biasi is then holding the width really here on the left for Phoenix. Avievu looks more like at times the role we saw from him last season when he was sort of this free roaming number 10, able to drift all the way across the width of the field. That role has changed a little bit in 2026. It looks familiar tonight.
That's one of the things we've talked a little bit, Joe, both between ourselves and also the staff. They like Hope Avievu more in that role where he's able to be that kind of free-roaming playmaker, allow his skills to really be put to use.
Oh, and the key for Phoenix is finding the balance, where last season they were so aggressive with a lot of their attacking positioning with someone like Avievu vacating the midfield.
There's a good ball in for Biasi as Kino Conor just has to fling that one into the stands.
Avievu had the freedom to go wherever he wanted at times in central midfield, which left Phoenix an undermanned when they lose the ball. And the difference then I think that's helping Phoenix become a little bit more stable defensively this year is that Avievu is no longer one of the midfield 3. I mean, tonight it's Skiers, it's Morsu, it's Gomez. Those 3 are locking down the center. And Avievu is the nominal left winger. Defensively, he will defend on the left. But now when he drifts and roams, when you lose the ball, he's not one of the numbers you're missing in central midfield where all of a sudden you're down a man in a key part of the field. That change, I think, has helped Rising a lot with their defensive stability this year.
It's got to help, especially to have Pop Marboy back.
Yes.
Just the safety net of having him back on the back line. As Rising waiting for this long throw in from Colin Smith. They'll send it in towards the near post. That one knocks up and around Morsu. One touch down and a sliding challenge. And they're going to say it was last touch off of Morsu with that shot.
And you mentioned Patmar Boy, Killian. I mean, he is someone that brings so much to this Phoenix Rising backline, still trying to develop in possession. But we saw Patmar Boy bring real defensive stability with him in his first regular season start of the year, and that 1-0 win that Phoenix had last weekend against Pittsburgh. On the road, we're seeing now tonight Adrian Pelayo and Patmar Boy start together for the very first time. There's a lot to be excited about with that young center back pairing.
Certainly is. And you want to talk about really good defensive groups. You've got one in this match between Pelayo and Patmar Boy, two of the young stars coming up in the championship. Then you look on the back line, you got Alex Cronale and Mitchell Tainter in back for San Antonio. They're two of arguably the best in the entire league right now.
Yeah, Mitchell Tainter with his very distribution ability in the back, certainly his aggressive defending. Cronale brings a ton of height and physicality to the right side of this back three for Carlos Llamosa. And then the younger Thiago Suarez in the middle of the back line tonight, a high potential young center back himself.
That one knocked around. 1-2, opportunity trying to feed his way through as Cronale. He got denied and turned away. Bit of an errant touch by Charlie Dennis as San Antonio retains possession. And that's what makes Alex Cronale so dangerous. Really good in defense and can also step up and help attack. Christian Sordo gets a touch and he'll put it right as it'll go off for a corner kick.
Yeah, we're seeing Christian Sordo start again up top tonight now for this San Antonio team. Santiago Patino on the bench tonight. Sordo brings a different look. He's got a little bit more of an ability to get in behind than someone like Patino, who's mostly a back-to-goal physical presence. Little bit more speed and aggression from this San Antonio team. They can play into the half spaces with Hernandez and Pirano. Can try to play over the top into Sordo.
Setting up for our first Carvana corner kick of the night. You can score big when you sell your car. Go to Carvana.com. Get a real offer in just seconds. Jorge Hernandez readying himself for his NBA playoff debut, maybe?
I like it. I like it.
Spurs could potentially use a little bit of help.
Yeah, I think he's got the size for it. What do you think?
Bet he's got the handles.
If you stack two Jorge Hernandezes, do you get a wingspan of Victor Wembanyama? That's the question.
It might be close.
It might be close.
We might have to do the math on that.
We'll get on it.
Maybe somebody in San Antonio can superimpose that for us and figure that out.
Feels important.
These are the things that people need to know, Joe. Still waiting to be put back in, and there we go. Hernandez is going to play it short. Going to go right back to him. Hernandez going to chip in towards goal. Rakowski leaps out and makes a strong catch, and then Rakowski goes to try and sprint his way out, and he gets tripped up. The Phoenix players all up in arms over the collision. I don't necessarily think there was all that much there.
Yeah, you see a little bit of contact. Rakowski certainly looking to command his box. Yeah, you can see he's going down quite easily there, Rakowski. Just trying to send a message. Hey, Thiago Suarez, this is my area. A little bit of banter there.
You see the brief smile on the face of Patrick Rakowski. Tough to get one out of him. Rakowski. He's one of those things. We mentioned watching the last couple weeks, having Patrick Rakowski be back in the goal, especially with the young rotation that has been going through this Phoenix lineup. He's been one of those calming presences for the 11 each and every night that he's out.
Well, both in terms of his personality, certainly, but also his ability on the ball. You know, Phoenix want to try to build from the back, as we know Pamadou Ka will have as part of his principles from time to time. It certainly helps to have someone like Rakowski, who is one of the better distributing goalkeepers in the USL Championship.
Ball sent back over to the right side for Colin Smith. Charlie Dennis to the midfield for Morsu. Patmar Boy trying to weave his way around. Sordo was right in front of him. That ball laid in, looking for Isan Sako. Flag is up, offside on the far end. Antonio, these two sides, you look at the way where the goals have come from. It's been a bit of a similar story. You got Hernandez with the 5. We mentioned he's second in the championship. As that ball goes in behind Morsu, and nothing there. Still down the ground. Is Hernandez on that far side. Slow to get up after that collision. Aveyevu in the midfield. San Antonio essentially playing with 10 men. Ball sent over the top for Sacco. Gonna keep going if the flag stays down, and it does. Sacco trying to cut back to his left. Couldn't keep the ball on him, and Thiago takes him down, and it will be a free kick.
Yeah, that's good recovery there from Isan Sacco. Can't get the chop right in the initial 1v1 against Suarez. Does just enough to get back into that play. You see the loose touch there. Little handsy there from Thiago Suarez. Just after Jorge Hernandez doesn't get the call at the other end on it. Jean-Eric Morsu challenge. To me, it looked like there was a little bit of contact there. Goes uncalled.
Hernandez has jogged his way back into the play, though. So he's back up there. Those pinkish orange boots right towards the center of your screen. Hernandez still trying to plead his case for the head referee after the no foul. So Misako setting up for this free kick. Bodies right around the 6. Sacco 6 goals, 2 assists. He's going to go a low one, trying to knock it through all the bodies, and it's deflected out. As Sacco will go and retrieve it, and he calls for a little help from Luke Biasi. Biasi swung over to Morsu. Charlie Dennis. Adrian Pelayo back to Dennis. Pelayo played over the top. Biasi long run. Biasi tries off the volley and just missed it as Batruni is able to jump on top of it.
What a ball that is from Adrian Pelayo, my word. The youngster still just barely into his USL Championship career, all things considered. 19, such a poised distributor out of the back.
There's a ball turned over as Aveyevu steps in front of it. An opportunity trying to turn around. Gomez maneuvering in some tight spaces. Aveyevu, bit too wide, somehow still with the ball, and he swings it over to Colin Smith, who's coming in to reinforce. Smith sends it towards the center. JP Skeers was the target, and he slipped a little bit. And it's out for a throw-in. And fans, you can turn to the CBS Sports Network on May 16th for a round 2 Prinks Tires USL Cup Group 6 matchup, as Richmond Kickers host Charleston Battery at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday the 16th. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network. Ball chipped over. Bit of a poor one as Pelayo has to run right into Christian Pirano as Pirano cuts it back into the middle. Sent over and right at the head of Colin Smith. As the ball knocked around, finds its way to the feet of Mikey Maldonado. 15 minutes played, 0-0. Here's Emil Quaisho, sends it towards the middle, and Sordo a bit too tall. First bit of Emil Quaisho,
yep.
Old friend of this Phoenix Rising program.
Yeah, champion here with Phoenix Rising. Turned into an outside back during his time here in the Valley of the Sun, is being used in that role by Carlos Llamosa. Now in his first season in San Antonio, he's going to be on that left wing, moving up and down as the outside back.
Not a good sign for Christian Pirano, who's down on a knee and finally making his way up. Reaching at that top half of that left leg as the physio is going to come out and take a look.
And just a moment ago, San Antonio flashing some danger. Sorto with a really nice double move inside the box. Pop Marboy, maybe just a little bit of that early season rust that he's trying to shake off after getting a late start on his 2026 campaign. Just a half beat late inside the 18. Doesn't come back to bite Phoenix, but a nice move from Sorto.
Pirano, they're still looking at him. Did take a little bit of contact trying to chase down that errant pass. A little bit of a collision. It's going to be a force an early end to the night for Christian Pirano.
That's a huge blow for San Antonio. We've talked a lot about Jorge Hernandez tonight and what he brings, and certainly he has been the main man for this team. But Hernandez, 7 goal contributions so far this year. Pirano, he's got 5. A goal and 4 assists in the regular season so far this year. Really, really productive player, the Argentine.
So we'll see what the move is going to be for Pirano, as he's still getting worked at. He was able to start slowly making his way off the pitch, but certainly not ideal. The San Antonio side trying to give him a few moments. Looks like it's Dmitri Aerof who is the man getting ready to come on. He's one with the training top off and trying to loosen up.
Yeah, and Aerof, very different player from someone like Pirano. Played a lot as a number 10, a little bit as a winger last season in his first in San Antonio, the teenager, trying to get his feet under him in a new country and in a new league, all those sorts of things as we catch the replay here.
I kind of see after that touch, just, an awkward one. Tried that pass and tweaked something. Clearly in a good bit of discomfort, as he will make his way off, as it will be Dmitri Aerof, as the card officially being handed over now. So a tough early end of the night for the leading assist man for San Antonio, as they're going to play with 10 men. They're going to wait for Aerof to get let on. This one played through San Antonio. Aerof looks like he is officially ready at midfield now.
Yeah, and that changes the complexion of not just this San Antonio lineup, with Aerof, playing more as a central midfielder this year. That's really where his main minutes have come. Had a heart-to-heart sort of with Carlos Llamosa earlier on, really in the preseason, over the offseason. Said, I played a little bit deeper in my youth career over in Russia. Maybe that's an area that I can be more effective in for this group, and so we've seen him play deeper, oftentimes next to Mikey Maldonado this year, but it looks like we'll get to see Aerof back in the role that we saw him last year in very limited minutes, the teenager, higher up the field. It just reduces the amount of danger that San Antonio can pose to this rising team. Of course, they can still threaten. Certainly have the quality on the field to do that, but now if you're San Antonio, do you sit just that little bit deeper and try to gum up the works and really hit on the break?
Aerof, you mentioned, grew up in Russia, came up in the Dynamo Moscow system. The top teams in the Russian top flight. So no stranger to being in those big moments, and an earlier than expected opportunity here tonight, just 19 minutes in, as Maldonado gets it off of his feet. Jorge Hernandez gets a foot down to it, as Biasi will flip it back in the attack. JP Skier's coming in the challenge. Petruni comes flying out and makes the snag. It's been a good start so far for Joey Petruni, who had a bit of a rough week last week in Colorado Springs. A couple errors forced a few of those Colorado Springs goals. He settled in nicely tonight.
Yeah, Petruni has been, in general, I think, a real positive force for the San Antonio team. Certainly some ups and downs.
Aerof tries to step over, a little bit of a slip, but had plenty of room. Nobody closed down. Connor Ward, this one sent low, knocked through. Popmar Boy sticks his foot out to get a piece of it. Diego Gomez goes down, can't hold on. Shot too tall. That was Emil Quaisho going for goal a bit too tall. You have to imagine that was one who would love to find the back of net back in Phoenix.
And in front of that south end especially. Emil Quaisho here for some really big moments for this rising group. Someone who knows this stadium, knows this fan base quite well. A little bit of a different feeling from Emil Quaisho tonight.
One of the main reasons that championship banner hangs in the corner of the stadium here at 38th and Washington. Popmar Boy sent towards the midfield. Ball took a deflection around and a foul on Morsu. Yeah, he came together with Maldonado.
It's good work from Maldonado. San Antonio defending really man-to-man as they have this high block, this press. When they defended Phoenix's half of the field, Maldonado there matched up against the bigger Morsu. The veteran knows how to use his frame, though, and does well to climb in front of the Phoenix midfielder to draw that foul.
Maldonado's another one of those guys. Got a lot of really, really good distributors on this San Antonio club. He was top 5 in the championship last season. He had 8 assists with North Carolina FC. And NCFC not playing this season to come home, the San Antonio native.
Such a good ad for the San Antonio group. You think about the offseason they had, adding Maldonado, adding Hakeem Ward on this near side. Pirano, I mean, familiar faces, certainly. Both the San Antonio and fans of this league.
Owen headed around, no foul there as Cornale hit the deck. Hakeem Ward heads it around, will be knocked all the way back. Maldonado will protect off from Aveyevu. Looking to apply a little bit of pressure. Hernandez. The two 10s come together, and it's Aveyevu who wins that one right back to the feet of Hope Aveyevu. Maybe we'll stop and turn, peel back out to Colin Smith. Popmar boys swung over to Pelayo. Aveyevu. Middle for Morsu. Morsu with a little bit of room. Couple touches, tries to feed one through to Sacco, a bit too strong. Sacco goes down. Morsu will send one over, and they're going to stop it. It will be a free kick in a very dangerous spot at the edge of the 18. And there is your Spooner availability report for tonight. Well, we've got a quick second.
Yeah, it's a long list for Phoenix Rising if you didn't get that impression. Previously, this team is missing some key players that they rely on, especially when you think about this attack. There's a lot of quality in there between Arase, Dombaji recently signed, Damian Rivera, even Flores getting forward from left back. Still, Phoenix a ways away from seeing their final form. And then San Antonio missing some of their attacking pieces as well. You think about Grieve, and then a couple of midfield and defensive options across the board also. And now, of course, adding Christian Pirano to that list.
This is one of the always fun things that I like. You've got two very good goal scorers, two very good set-piece takers. You have Charlie Dennis and Isan Sacco negotiating on who's going to take this one, and it looks like this time Charlie Dennis has gotten the last word.
I think Isan Sacco gets the ones tilted further to the left side with that right foot. This one's close enough to the middle that Charlie Dennis said, hey, this one's going to be mine.
Dennis is a set-piece specialist. He led this club in goals last year. 6 of those 7 goals he had are ultimately game tying or game winning. Heavy wall placed in front of Joey Batruni. We'll see what the Englishman Charlie Dennis has in store. This one placed about 20 yards out. Dennis, short run up. Dennis chipping, going for goal, and a bit too tall. Not there for Charlie Dennis.
Yeah, it's one of those, if you're Charlie Dennis, trying to get the ball up and then over and then also underneath, over the wall, underneath the crossbar. Not a lot of distance between where that free kick was taken and the goal to do that, to travel the ball that much. You almost wish you could take it a couple yards deeper away from Joey Batruni's goal.
Fans, you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN. It's the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings.
If you think about that set piece, though, and what preceded it, again, it's Hope Aveyevu drifting all the way from left to center, dropping deep, sending Jean-Eric Morsu forward, those two players interchanging even. Aveyevu doing so much to pull the strings tonight for Phoenix. It's a lot of what's been working for this Rising side.
Quick little touch too strong as it goes right to the feet of Colin Smith. JP Skiers finds Dennis. Dennis with a poor first touch. And that one collects all the way down at the feet of Kalov.
And Dennis has struggled to get into this game for Phoenix. A couple of sloppy first touches from him leading to turnovers.
Little bounce back 1-2 between Hernandez and Tainter. Batruni will switch it all the way. Alex Granale. Long ball over the top. Popmar Boy running stride for stride with Pirano. And will be last touched by Boy. Will be a throw in to San Antonio.
Yeah, Phoenix, I talked about San Antonio going man for man when they're pressing. Phoenix doing the exact same thing, which has been the go-to more often than not at home for this Rising side in 2026. Man-to-man all the way across the board. That's a system that Phoenix can really use effectively this season with having players like Patmar Boy and Adrian Pelayo, two very athletic, rangy center backs to cover in the back.
What a nifty bit of play there from Phoenix, and it all goes to the wayside as that touch too far behind Gomez, and then JP Skiers comes in a bit too strong through the back of Dmitri Aerof.
Yeah, just sort of been that one touch off for Phoenix. They've had a lot of promising moments tonight, but just not quite heading to final action.
Cronale will swing it over to Tainter. Tainter, the club leader in appearances and minutes. He's done just about everything you can do for this San Antonio FC club. That center back position. This one's sent through. So I'm leaping up and knocking down. All being pinged around in the midfield. Finally finds its way out, and Aerof with some space. He's got a runner in front of him. Didn't elect to take it in Sordo. Connor Ward played back Alex Cronale.
Yeah, sorry, Killian. Again, you see Phoenix shaping into this man-to-man defensive posture. One of the interesting matchups, you see the man picking out the ball there, Jean-Eric Morceau. He's been 1v1 with Jorge Hernandez and has done a really good job, the young rising midfielder, of containing Hernandez.
Opportunity. Ball sent through and a bit too long from Hope Aveyevu for JP Skiers. That's one where you probably would love to see Aveyevu just go at goal. San Antonio thought about trying to go on the counterattack, but Aerof elects to peel it back to O'Connor Ward.
And as San Antonio try to settle the game a little bit, they've been back on their heels quite a bit tonight in the first almost 30 minutes. You almost wonder, Hernandez knows he's being marked by Morceau. You see even there, Diego Gomez just off screen. He's tilting and telling Jean-Eric Morceau, hey, swap, pick up Hernandez. You wonder, is Hernandez going to start drifting to find the ball a little bit deeper to compromise this Phoenix marking scheme?
Ball finds its way to Morceau, and now Patmar Boy, who will take the touch. Boy trying to maneuver some traffic around. There's Morceau. Ball played over the top as Aveyevu gets shouldered off by Thiago. Strong move by the young center back. Patmar Boy goes up and wins that header, but only for a brief moment before it's set down. It would be Biasi to take the touch.
And now we're seeing Aveyevu and Isan Sako almost just switch places. Rotating back.
Sako wants the ball over the top. Sako has to wait for it, and he gets taken down by Batruni. And they're going to stop, and they're going to call for the trainer to come out for Sako. Batruni just went right up and went through Sako. And this home crowd not happy after that collision.
And the spin of the ball almost surprises Sako there. He overruns it. Certainly a collision, no doubt about that. Batruni coming through Sako. Of course he gets the ball, but absolutely goes through the man to get there. I'm surprised that's not given as a free kick for Phoenix.
They're tending to Sako as it looked like Batruni that hit on the upper body around the head or neck area, so certainly be very cautious of that. As the two sides will take a moment. Batruni starting to walk out as he's coming over to check on Isan Sako. Obviously no intent on the collision, just two players going for the ball, but just in an awkward position for a keeper to be in.
Yeah, very much so. Phoenix have had some success with those long balls over the top tonight. I think about the Biasi chance not too long ago. Think about the Isan Sako look early in this game. Another moment there from Sako, who loves those moments where he can run in behind. Almost rewarded for it there.
Sako looks like he is good to go, as everybody taking a few moments to recollect themselves. Head referee talking to Sako, making sure he's all good. Looks like they might send him off at least for a brief moment. with the physio, so they do that. Good to see Sacco up and moving around. Expect to see him back on the pitch in a few moments. Remind you that at Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. And find out more at 7degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. Sacco standing right by the center of the pitch, and they'll let him back on as he gets good to go. As Petruni will get us back underway.
And one of the things we're seeing out of this little mini stoppage is Jorge Hernandez and Dmitri Aerof have switched sides. Like I mentioned not too long ago, Hernandez keen to get away to Jean-Eric Morceau. He wants to be able to get on the ball a little bit, and switching over to this near side is part of how he's going to try to get there.
Pelayo plays it all the way back to Patrick Rakowski. See, ultimately ends up picking up Hernandez. JP Skierce meandering around him right now. All played through. Dennis with the one ultimately comes around. Dennis will go long over the top. Sacco tries to put him into fifth gear, and he does. Ends up winning the ball. Him and Thiago come together. Nicely done by Thiago to clear the danger away as the ball sent back. Dennis played through, one touch Gomez. Gomez on the right wing for Smith. Smith tries to go low. Sacco, right-footed shot. Petruni knocks it up and away. Big save by Joey Petruni. There's a heavy tackle out in front of the Phoenix bench and right to the pocket. Adrian Pelayo can't believe it. It's a yellow card right to him, and Pelayo is going to try and argue his case. He went right through Hernandez.
It didn't take Jorge Hernandez long to start dictating the game a little bit more on this near side. Pelayo trying to come in and make that play, just a beat late, certainly. Hard to argue with that yellow card, even if you're Adrian Pelayo. Didn't keep it up very long. That dispute with the referee.
It's a tough one happening right in front of that visitor's dugout as well. Plenty of noise made. Another look at the chance from Sacco.
Oh, that first touch from Isan Sacco is so good, just to stop the ball dead. Off of that hot service from Colin Smith. And then you see the tackle the other way. Certainly gets ball, but again, clears out the man also in the same action.
A little bit of spice being added to this Western Conference matchup in the first half hour. As Gomez popping the ball around to himself, ends up flipping it over the top for Dennis. Dennis takes it all the way to the corner, ended up going down. Kalov comes to collect. Sent down Maldonado. San Antonio trying to alleviate a little bit of the pressure. Kimo Connor-Ward, good run in behind. Has a little bit of room, he goes down but turns it over himself. Avievu right in front of Carlos Llamosa's bench. Avievu, good little 1-2. Avievu wants to go from distance. Too wide, but Truni looked like he had it covered off though.
Well, that's Avievu once again dictating almost everything for Phoenix Rising in possession. It's sort of a vintage 2025 performance tonight from Hope Avievu. It's 1, 2, 3. All those little combinations that leads to the one you just saw, the return ball from Isan Sacco. Avievu feeling himself there. Can't direct it on target.
Avievu led this club with 16 goal contributions a year ago, 10 assists, 6 goals. He's a second-team all-league selection, and he's had a hard time really finding his footing this season, but certainly looking back to form so far through the first 36 minutes. That ball sent high into the stands.
Christian Sordo giving the thumbs up there to his teammates, but frustrated, no doubt, that he hasn't really been able to get into the game. San Antonio's number 9 hasn't had a lot of touches. San Antonio have had trouble accessing him.
Avievu again tries to step over, flips it over for Gomez. Gomez, now Charlie Dennis. Dennis on his right foot, crossed in, back post. There was nobody there to receive it. The goal was open though. Biasi will flip around. Now Sacco. Sacco, one-on-one with Ward, trying to go right back to him. Sacco, low-driven shot, but a tight angle, and Batruni with another save.
Well, the combination play for Phoenix tonight has been really sharp. Isan Sacco getting involved there. Luke Biasi looking comfortable as he pushes further forward. Phoenix looks like they're growing in chemistry, growing in understanding of each other, as a lot of the guys that project to be key players, not just now, but also in the fall, really get more time on the field together.
Hernandez back on the ball, working one-on-one with Pelayo. Sent over, O'Connor Ward, back for Hernandez. Hernandez tries to get one around Pelayo, but he does a nice job to get a touch to it. Skiers, that one stepped in front by Thiago. Hernandez for Aerof. Otmar Boy chests it down to himself. And some classy bit of play from both these sides the last 10+ minutes, especially with the ball at their feet. Now Biasi with a little bit of room on this left wing if he elects to take it. He's got Hernandez on his back. Hernandez a sliding challenge. Back to Avievu. Avievu the conductor so far tonight. Marsu back to Otmar Boy. Otmar Boy stepping over a few times. Ultimately to Colin Smith. Smith will send one in deep, and nobody was making a run. So Batruni will go and collect that ball. That ball is a Select ball. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Ball knocked down. Good little run being made from San Antonio as they try to push forward. Large majority of this first half just felt like they've been on the back foot as Maldonado sets one down to the left wing. Quayshaw. A little push from his former teammate Colin Smith, and it will be a throw into Phoenix.
Yeah, San Antonio still really haven't grown into this game. Haven't allowed a lot of clear-cut chances either, certainly the visitors. But have created very, very little going forward, and we're seeing Carlos Hermosa make some tactical changes. We saw the swat with Jorge Hernandez coming over to this near side. A shift there. We're seeing this team start to try to navigate their way through Phoenix's man-to-man press. We saw an up, back, and through combination on the far side there just a moment ago. Still looking to grow into this game.
Avievu trying to get a little too fancy. Or the chop step. Kalov. It's a classy pass there from Kurt Kalov. There's Hernandez. Back with Marsu shadowing him. Things with this man-to-man marking, Joe, is San Antonio presses forward. Quayshaw comes through, sends it for Sorto at the edge of the 18. Sorto crossed in, back post. Ward heads it down, but Pelayo's right there to get a foot to it. Not cleared away fully from danger just yet. Maldonado played around. Now here's Hernandez. He's got Marsu with him step for step. Hernandez takes it down to the end line, stops, loses Marsu. Chips in towards the center, chested down off the half volley, and too tall into that south end. It took a deflection. It will be a corner.
How good is that from Jorge Hernandez, just putting Jean-Eric Marsu in the blender. So skillful there from the visiting number 10. Does really well to create enough separation to pick out that key pass. San Antonio earning themselves a corner.
There's Kalov, who had that shot. You saw the thumbs up, liked the appearance It's another Carvana corner kick, second one of the night for the visitors. As Hernandez will set this one up. Last one they played short. Nobody coming as of right now, so might expect this one to be sent in. Comes a body and Aerof, and dummies the run back to Hernandez as he'll go back and reset the ball again. Sordo's coming close. Hernandez in towards the middle. Some contact, a couple bodies hitting the ground, but nothing there. Ball sent back in. Rakowski says, clear out, I've got it, and he scoops it up. Joe, one of the things that's this man-to-man marking that we've seen from both sides, it takes a lot of one energy to focus, but the biggest thing, and you talk to a lot of coaches, it takes the commitment to be willing to play like that for 90 minutes.
Absolutely, because if you're one step behind, if it's your responsibility to go and press the man who has the ball, it's your mark in possession, that's your moment to go. And if you're a step late, all of a sudden the entire scheme breaks down, right? Inherently, you don't have the same cover as you might if you were defending in a more zonal scheme. Both of these teams, it looks like, especially Phoenix, because they have been a bit more aggressive defensively, but really both sides have committed to that man-oriented defending tonight.
Avievo does a nice job to peel that ball out for Biasi. Skeers, a little bit of 1-2 play with Diego Gomez. Morsu finds Dennis, and there's a boot up high. And that's going to be a straight red card shown to Charlie Dennis. Charlie Dennis's night is done, and Phoenix will be down to 10 men.
No hesitation there from referee Matthew Corrigan. Immediately goes to the back pocket, issuing Charlie Dennis that red card. It's the first touch that pops up yet again on Charlie Dennis, and it's the high boot that connects with Dmitri Aerof, endangering the opponent there. Charlie Dennis protests, but that boot makes connection with the teenager, and Charlie Dennis is out of this game, and Phoenix Rising are down to 10.
So Charlie Dennis will make his way off the pitch, shown a straight red card for that challenge. And Aerof is back up on his feet, which is a good sign. They're checking the young Russian. In a night that Phoenix has certainly held the better first half, you have to imagine the second 45 has been flipped on its head.
Yeah, completely changes throughout the first 45. They've had a lot of the ball. They've been in dangerous areas in the attack. Now all of a sudden down a man. It's going to be more difficult for them to go and dictate the game as they have.
It'll be 6 minutes added on and back underway. San Antonio. We'll see if they can't press and find a goal at the end of the first half, being up a man.
And right away, we see San Antonio stepping all the way forward here, motioning themselves forward to go and press. Try to win this ball back and really take advantage of the momentum they're finding just before the half.
Rising fans, it's backed by popular demand, and for only $20 per tickets, purchase your Modelo night out to any Rising game this season. There's a ball played in behind, Hope Avievu. Avievu tries to go for a goal as it slipped around and knocked out. A chance gone away, but San Antonio has it played back. San Antonio do their piece. Thiago weaving it around. That ball takes a deflection, knocked down onto Isan Sako. Sako with a chance. Sako goes for a goal, but right at the back of Thiago. And now Sako takes down Thiago, going back on the other side, and it will be a free kick.
Yeah, a couple of big moments for Phoenix, even after going down to 10. Just taking advantage of a San Antonio mistake there. Isan Sako slips on both of those sequences. Just can't quite get the traction on the turf.
Maldonado puts it back into touch. Maldonado waving Crognale forward. San Antonio can sense an opportunity to take a lead after this first 45.
We're seeing Phoenix shift Diego Gomez over to the right side of midfield. He's almost defending closer to where Charlie Dennis was. Isan Sako even dropping in, just trying to see out this half. Looks a little bit more like a 4-4-1 with Gomez a little wider and Phoenix's lines in general back closer to their own goal.
Aerof back for Crognale. San Antonio just cycling the ball around, looking for an entry point. Might be one as it's sent through. Popmar Boy has to knock it around. Aerof, ball finds his way. Dmitri Aerof. 1-0 to San Antonio. They've been waiting for their moment. And it's the youngster from Russia who finds the back of net first.
Well, and how's that for Dmitri Aerof? Didn't expect to be even on the field at this point in the evening. But it's the youngster who puts the visitors up, and it's a mistake for Phoenix Rising, who look inwards, certainly on that concession. Popmar Boy, sloppy clearance there in just his second regular season start of the year. San Antonio end up with that gift. And it's Aerof who grabs the first goal of the evening.
It's Aerof's second on the year. And more importantly tonight, the first of the evening, and it has the visitors ahead by 1 as we get closer and closer to the end of this first half. Pelayo takes a few touches and sent around Biasi. Playing a little bit higher up, trying to help out. Avievu back for Biasi. Morsu back for Popmar Boy.
Yeah, if you're Phoenix right now, you're thinking about how can we stop the bleeding?
It's Gomez who gets upended. Skeers comes flying in. And now there will be a foul and a free kick as Skeers came in aggressively, going for the long look on goal. And the foul as the ball.
Oh. Wow. I've never seen that before.
That was absolutely wild. The ball had come apart.
Yeah. And popped. And it looks like hit Mitchell Taintor in the head. A little fiber from inside the ball. The bladder itself looks like it just popped. And hits the head of Mitch Taintor.
Taintor's back up on his feet. Hopefully it was more of just something that kind of spooked him more than anything.
Yeah, certainly looks no worse for wear.
Taintor's got the look of somebody who's like, that. I can't believe that just happened.
It's got company. I don't think I've ever seen the inside of a soccer ball like that before.
It's another look. If it's something that Joe Lowry hasn't seen, that has to mean something.
Wait for it. There it is.
Yeah, I think that was more of just a scared reaction, like, oh my gosh, that just happened.
Wow. And now if you're Phoenix Rising, this is an area that you would see Charlie Dennis take this set piece. The in-swinger with that left foot. Instead, it's the center back, Adrian Pelayo. We know he's got a rocket and that right foot, but undoubtedly a different approach. Phoenix might have one more bite of the apple here before halftime.
Pelayo setting up. Before he does, remind you, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek's the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Young defender Pelayo, a few steps off. He's going to go for goal, low driven one, and it takes a deflection, and it will be a corner for potentially the last bit of play in this first half. So Sacco will jog over to the far end. First Carvana corner kick of the night for Phoenix Rising. Skierce, Boy, Pelayo, three of the bigger bodies in the box. Sent in. Boy gets his head to it, but unable to get it on target. As it'll trickle all the way out. It'll be a goal kick. The head referee will check his watch and allow at least a few more seconds to roll along.
Joey Petruni has not endeared himself to the Phoenix Rising faithful tonight. They still wanted some sort of call on that Isan Sacco takedown, but we will not see any more action in this first half after all.
So that will do it for the end of the first 45, 1-0. The goal from Dmitri Aerof, who came on in place of the injured Christian Pirano, and he has the difference maker. And Phoenix goes into the locker room down a man after Charlie Dennis was shown the straight red near the end of the first 45. It was an exciting first half of action. I want you to go anywhere. We got the Circle K halftime report coming up next from Phoenix. San Antonio on top 1-0.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap, a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The Whata deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana, huh?
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine. I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come?
I just sold my car. What, am I going to walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
When you choose Arizona Sports Medicine Center, you have access to one of the Valley's most advanced sports medicine and orthopedic care teams.
You're choosing a multidisciplinary team who are dedicated to providing the care you need.
That's why we offer advanced treatments, both surgical and non-surgical options, including robotic-assisted procedures.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, a sports injury, or need rehab after surgery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love to do.
Care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
When you trust your heart, to Abrazo Health, you're choosing a team who have dedicated their lives helping to save yours.
You're choosing physicians, medical assistants, and providers who commit their lives to understanding every connection and hearing the whole person.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
We believe heart care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana, huh?
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine, I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come?
I just sold my car. What, am I gonna walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
It's the Circle K halftime report. He's out getting their popcorn, pretzels, hot dogs, anything in between that you might need. They got it here at 38th and Washington by the looks of it. 1-0 San Antonio FC on top of the first 45. Don't go anywhere. We got more of the Circle K halftime report when we come back.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car. Okay,
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. Do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
This broadcast of the USL Championship is brought to you in part by Carvana, ASMC, and America First Credit Union.
Back at the halftime report, presented by Circle K. 1-0 San Antonio FC on top of Phoenix Rising. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry, for spending some time and hanging out with us on this Saturday evening. And we're going to throw it back to the studio, see what's going on around the USL.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from the championship. Last week we learned a lesson. Never leave a match early if the outcome is in doubt. 3 matches were decided in added time, beginning with Colorado Springs grabbing a 3-3 draw with San Antonio in the 100th minute. Peter Wilson headed home the game-tying goal for Oakland Roots in a 2-2 draw with Loudoun United. And Michel Benitez cleaned up a saved penalty kick in added time to lead Sacramento Republic to a 3-2 win over Orange County. Louisville City's run to the round of 16 in the U.S. Open Cup earned the club $50,000 in prize money for being the furthest advancing team from the USL Championship. Lou City won a regulation wins tiebreaker with Colorado Springs to get the prize. It's still early in the season, but a trend that's helping the top clubs winning at home. Entering Week 10, 7 clubs above the playoff line in their respective conferences are unbeaten at home, so far led by San Antonio in the West, Tampa Bay in the East. Upcoming national broadcasts, AC Boise and FC Naples next Wednesday in League One. Then it's Richmond Kickers and Charleston Battery in the USL Cup. Rhode Island hosts Brooklyn. All 3 matches are on the CBS Sports Network. Now the second half is getting closer. Let's get you back out to your match.
Thanks, Dan. As here are some of the scores from around the championship. A big one. Pittsburgh 2-0 takes down Lou City. That Lou City team has been an absolute train so far this season. Put a little bit of a bump on the rails. So 1-1 between Tampa Bay and Rhode Island, and then New Mexico United. A big 3-1 victory over Las Vegas Lights.
Yeah, the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference, you factor in Detroit City there as well. All dropping points this weekend. Not something I expected. I mean, Tampa Bay have been phenomenal so far this year. They're unable to get the win on the road. And you mentioned Lou City. A team maybe still recovering a little bit from their Open Cup run. They take Houston Dynamo all the way to the brink. Can't quite get it done. Now trying to find themselves a little bit under Simon Bird.
Yeah, they're trying to get everything sorted out. Lots of change going on at Louisville City. The only thing, I guess, up until this week hadn't changed was them still picking up points. But a big 2-0 victory from a Pittsburgh team. They bounced back after the 1-0 home loss a week ago to this Phoenix Rising club. Well, continue on here in Phoenix as these two sides getting ready to go. Got some snacks there. Joe Lowry, a jealous man, I'm sure.
What is that? Is that a pickle?
Things we'll work on finding that out for Joe. 1-0. We got highlights and kickoff for the second half on the other side.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans. Now, with no payments for 90 days.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana? Huh.
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine. I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come?
I just sold my car. What, are we going to walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger. Like the new Big Ranch Wrap. A crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The Whata deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League.
closer look. We weren't able to get confirmation for Joe. I believe it was some cheese.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it was cheese, and my food identification ability needs a little bit of work. I'll give you that. There's time. We're early in the season, Killian. There's time for me yet.
That's true. Either way, young fan out here enjoying a lovely night.
They might like a pickle. We don't know.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, why not?
Circle K halftime report. We're going to give you first half highlights presented by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Got started early on. There was a lot of chances, and this is a Phoenix team. They looked like they were coming out and they were ready to score early. Isan Sako with a chance just 2 minutes in, but couldn't put it on goal.
Yeah, Phoenix had the better of the play in the first half. Certainly the momentum of the game changed closer to the break, as we'll get to. But Isan Sako finding looks from his number 9 spot. Hope Avievu influencing the game certainly as well. Drifting inside from the left wing to play as more of a pure number 10. A lot of really good combination play in the attack for Phoenix in the early stages of the first half.
Building it up, you get to the 44th minute. This is where things started to kind of turn on their head. High, poor touch, boot up high, a straight red card shown to Charlie Dennis. So he is sent off immediately, and then Dmitri Aerof, he took the shot up high, and then he ends up a bit of a misplay from Popmar boy. Aerof jumps right on it and slots it home for the 1-0.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, Dmitri Aerof sort of tells the story of this first half, where the teenager wasn't even supposed to be on the field. It was going to be Christian Pirano, who of course started this game, that he comes off injured, so the Russian gets on the field, ends up drawing that red card foul, clearly serious foul play from Charlie Dennis. Not malicious, but the boot makes contact with the head. Draws the foul, Phoenix are down to 10 men, their momentum is gone, and San Antonio go and find a goal on the back of a rising error.
Here are those first half stats. As we said, really everything through the first 45. It said Phoenix controlled the match, they felt like they had the better half, and then that red card, as it usually does, it absolutely mixed things up. And now it'll be the second 45. Rising will be trailing a goal and a man. As Joe, what is this Rising team, and what changes did Pamuduka, have to try and make to really shift this thing and try to get at least a goal back?
It's a really, really tough challenge for Phoenix Rising, especially you think about how thin this attack is right now in terms of personnel. It's not like Pamuduka has a ton of options to turn to off the bench, nor is it really that you want to turn there that early, because you still have to keep this game close. You can't let this get out of hand either.
There's Diego Gomez. He's weaving his way through as he bounces around. Gomez somehow able to keep possession. Chips it over to Biasi. Goes back to Gomez. Gomez wants a shot, and it's knocked down. Went right into the body of Alex Cronale. San Antonio being pestered early in these first few moments. Avievu has it, and he'll send it back out. JP Skierce back for Avievu. Avievu sent on goal, a bit too tall. Colin Smith was down there as Joey Batruni will wait to try and put it back in.
And Killian, to sort of answer your question about what has changed for this Rising group, we're seeing JP Skierce move out of central midfield, where he played in possession really as part of a double pivot. Looks like he's moved into the back line to become a third center back. That then will allow the outside backs, Luke Biasi and Colin Smith, who we just saw try to get involved in the box a moment ago, allow those players to push forward and try to help Isan Sako really provide some width.
Gomez tries to play one all the way through for Sako. And all the way clear to Batruni. Tiago weaves it back over. Cronale. Mikey Maldonado. Tainter giving off Emil Quacio. Quacio can't get it through. Popmar boy. Little dummy and a step over. Colin Smith gets around. He's taken down by Tainter. And it's going to be a yellow card shown to Mitchell Tainter.
That's well done from Colin Smith. Knows he has the speed to get around the edge there. Lets that ball roll through. And Mitch Tainter doesn't make any mistake there. Chooses to bring down the man, accepting the yellow card. No argument from San Antonio's captain. Doesn't want to let that develop into something more dangerous for the hosts. You see Colin Smith do really well to draw that foul, and now, again, if it's not going to be an open play for Rising tonight, where it's going to be more difficult down a man, set pieces could be something of an equalizer for this group.
It's going to be Sacco, the one to take it. Able to swing this one with that right foot. Got Skiers, Boy, Pelayo, the back edge. This line of players. Sacco sends the service in. He was looking for Hope Avievu at the near post, but it was headed away. Sacco is the one to ultimately collect it as Morsu comes back, goes to play forward. A little bit of contact as Aerof threw the head back. There was nothing there. Avievu. Now Gomez. Gomez fighting, and he takes a shove from behind from Quaisho.
And Phoenix have showed good energy in these first 4 minutes. Having to do extra ground coverage, certainly in central midfield. Jean-Eric Morsu now playing really as that single pivot, with Gomez pushed higher at times into the front line. Skierson something of a freer role on that left side.
Hernandez forces a bit of a misplay, and there's 2 players down, and they're going to stop. Potmar Boy is down in a heap. There's a yellow card. That's Akeem O'Connor-Ward. It's Potmar Boy down grabbing to that right ankle. O'Connor-Ward is up to his knees.
And Potmar Boy grabbing really any part of his body. It's not something that Phoenix Rising want to see, given how many injury problems they have along this back line. See the challenge there. Oh, both players coming together. Potmar Boy back to his feet.
And Potmar Boy ultimately ends up with a yellow card in that collision as well. Boy trying to make the argument. Both players collided going after that ball. Potmar Boy will be on a yellow card. Rising already down to 10 men at that red card to Charlie Dennis right at the end of the first half. Dmitri Aerof, who came on as a replacement for the injured Christian Pirano, is the man who holds the difference right now.
And if you're San Antonio, you see Potmar Boy on a yellow, you know Adrian Pelayo's on a yellow after his challenge on Jorge Hernandez in the first half. You're thinking, how can we really try to push? How can we find Christian Soto running in behind? How can we find Aerof or Hernandez with their ball of feet and try to bait one of those defenders out?
There's a bit of a silly foul from Diego Gomez behind the play. Gomez just kind of stepped on the back heel of Kurt Kaloff. First 43 and a half minutes, Joe, it just felt like it was some of the best soccer that we've seen Rising play this year. And since that red card, it's just really tumbled down. Seems like Rising just trying to chase this match at this point. There's a ball over the top. Flag's going to stay down as Pelayo knocks that one up off of his shoulder. Biasi will head it out. Kaloff with a quick touchdown. Aerof trying to weave his way through. And now Skiers chips it out. Kaloff right to his feet.
Yeah, Killian talking about Phoenix trying to work their way back into this game, having a hard time, of course, doing that. I do wonder when we see Pamadoukat go to the bench. You know, when do the scales tilt to wait, or is more beneficial for this Rising group to try to push it rather than just to keep the same personnel and try to protect the lead? Excuse me, to protect this 1-goal disadvantage that they have. Think about someone like Gunnar Studenhoft on the bench. He could be the kind of player to help break this game open, especially if Rising end up defending deeper and trying to hit on the break.
That ball crossed in. Potmar boy heads it out. Gomez chases it all the way down. Sacco will chip it around. And now a foul, and bodies tumbling down. It'll be a free kick to Phoenix. Soccer fans, you can't watch the match. Turn on Sirius XM FC 157. It's North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, you can hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. San Antonio back with the ball at their feet. Cornale over for Kalof. Tainter for Hernandez. Kalof pressing up through the middle. Kalof with the ball back to his feet once again. O'Connor Ward. O'Connor Ward crossed in towards the center. A little backheel flick from Sorzo. Unable to get it through to anybody. Quayshaw was right behind him. Bit of a dangerous ball. This is a nice thing for San Antonio, though. You have the one goal lead. You have the man advantage. You can press a little bit if you have the opportunity, but you don't have to do much.
Yeah, San Antonio looks like very smoothly playing through this undermanned Phoenix Rising midfield. Kurt Kalov starting to grow into the game. San Antonio able to use their back three capable ball players, all three of those center backs. Their double pivot as well as the half-space attackers to really overwhelm this undermanned Phoenix team in midfield.
Foul and a free kick as Hernandez will set up to take this one. Jorge Hernandez, this guy has been so good since he's joined the San Antonio club. He has 104th appearance, 21 goals, 30 assists to this point. There's that one. Long curling ball headed back over to the center. Thiago leaps up, sends it out for Sorzo. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez. Oh, flicked back over. Kalof tries to knock it back up over his head. And now Gomez fighting and just has to clear it away. So he had a couple bodies loosening up and stretching for Phoenix Rising. Down in their corner, but nothing too serious to this point.
And again, we are seeing Phoenix just drop their lines deeper. Isan Sacco not pressing, not jumping forward on some of these back passes in the same way that we would have seen when this game was at parity. Just hard if you're Phoenix to really avoid getting picked apart if you are stretched. Seeing this rising midfield line especially work hard, shifting side to side, trying to absorb pressure.
Kalof as they continue to switch and slowly work their way up the pitch. Kalof. Morsu comes to step in front. Aveyevu. Now Sacco. He's going to start working his way forward. He's got Aveyevu in front of him, but there was no other help. Ball goes all the way back to Potmar Boy. Gomez going to turn and try to accelerate as that ball taken off of his feet by Quayshaw. Maldonado over the top, but too wide for Sorzo as Rakowski comes out and plays it.
And so far, just such a professional second half from San Antonio. When you look at this group, there's a lot of quality. You think about Maldonado and what he brings in that central midfield group, some of the other pieces around him.
The long run, Colin Smith goes flying up as Batruni caught a piece of him, and now Smith is down. As slowly getting back to his feet, Batruni is standing there with him, making sure he's okay. As Smith slowly back to his feet. Play continues on.
And you think about the quality in the San Antonio backline. We're seeing bits of the attacking quality as well. Jorge Hernandez starting to make his mark on the game. Dmitri Aerof certainly has gotten involved.
Kalov, that one found through. Hernandez going to go and earn his side the first corner kick of the second half.
It's really just the number 9 spot that it seems to me that this San Antonio group is missing. That starting piece. Maybe there's a little bit more quality that could be added. It really gets a pretty complete roster. You just think about whether it's Santiago Patino, has not been productive this year. Christian Sordo is limited in a lot of ways in what he brings up top. Certainly has the ability to get on the ball and change the game a little bit. There's that one piece that's missing, I think, for San Antonio really to be a team that can threaten as a trophy contender. The good news is they've got time to find it.
First Carvana corner kick of the second half. Score big when you sell your car. Go to Carvana.com and get a real offer in just seconds. Hernandez. Send this one into the box. Rakowski gets a left hand out there and punches it away. Maldonado will go and get it, but it won't matter as there was a foul. And his Popmar boy was taken to the ground. And now there is a San Antonio player down right in front of the rising goal. Jorge Hernandez, now we got some pushing and shoving between Hernandez and Pelayo. As Rakowski trying to play peacemaker and pushing everybody out of the way. It's Alex Cronale who was down and will slowly get helped up. It looks like that is going to trigger the first bit of substitutions. Danny Barbier and Nelson Flores Blanco, the two, getting ready to come on for the visitors. Cronale coming off for Danny Barbier, and it looks like Emil Quacio will be the other man exiting tonight.
And both of those changes for Carlos Llamosa, like for like. See Flores Blanco as that outside back on the left side for San Antonio, and see Barbier plug himself right into that back three.
So Quacio's return to Phoenix ends after an hour's bit of play. Quacio high fives, hugs all around in his return to the Valley of the Sun. Rakowski readies officially back into touch.
And one of the things we saw in that stoppage is over on the Phoenix side of things. It looks like Gunnar Studenhoft and Gilberto Rivera, the new signing for Phoenix, were up ahead of the rest of the subs warming up. Looks like they got to it a little bit earlier. Wonder if we'll see those two step in for Phoenix in just a moment.
Trini will take that and swing it out to Barbier, who'll get his first touch of the night. I'll swing it over to the other substitute, Flores Blanco. Barbier rising, trying to provide a little bit of a press as Skiers leaps up, gets his head to that one, but knocked around. Tainter to switch sides. Flying through, now fight for the ball. Only winning it, now going down. Skiers chases it down. Going on, swung to the near side. Colin Smith. Smith gets turned around, and there will be a yellow card immediately right out of the pocket. Fresh into the match It's Flores Blanco who gets the yellow card almost immediately.
Yeah, and we're seeing both of the outside backs for Phoenix. Colin Smith on the near side, Luke Biasi on the opposite. Both of those players have been more involved in this second half for Phoenix, who have had fewer attacking looks altogether. But percentage-wise, Smith now has drawn 2 yellow cards in this second half, and Biasi continues to be all action on that other side. It's Smith cutting in on Flores Blanco. Simple call for the ref.
Lyle will step up to take this one, and he'll play it back for Morsu. Biasi back for Jean-Eric Morsu. Gomez shields off, sends this one for Smith. Smith tries to turn. Smith working with a little bit of space. Avayevu. Not a lot of room to operate. He's got Maldonado step for step with him. His boy plays it back to Rakowski. Rising fans, you can celebrate a decade in the desert with a season ticket membership starting at just $10 per ticket per game. Don't miss exclusive access and events only available to members. Purchase today at phxrisingfc.com or email at sales@phxrisingfc.com to learn more. Cherney will set the ball down. That's another player who's had a very good night for San Antonio. Joey Batruni, bit of a trickier week last week against Colorado Springs in that 3-3 draw, but he's come up and made some big saves tonight in that first half to keep it level for as long as they did.
Yeah, and on balance, the shot stopping for Batruni this year has been excellent. He's led the USL Championship goalkeeping crew in goals saved above expected so far this year. He's been very, very good for the most part in 2026.
Sacco trying to work that ball around, but ended up unable to keep possession. It was cleared out. Biasi into the middle for Gomez. Gomez chips it up to himself. Looking for Sacco to make a run. Sacco tangled up. Nothing there. Sacco holds strong. Swung to the near side. Colin Smith. Smith going aggressively. Smith tries to go through. Takes some contact. Nothing there. As Phoenix can continue on. And now there's going to be a yellow card shown to Colin Smith as Smith was tied up. And a lot of displeasure on this near side.
Yeah, it looked like there's some afters there in San Antonio's box. We'll get another look at it. And so that's Jorge Hernandez down.
They came together as Smith tried to weave his way through. Hernandez with some contact. And then Smith gets up and Hernandez kind of stood over him, so Smith gave him a bit of a shove. And Hernandez still down on the ground.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you see things can be two things. There's certainly the shove and the foul there from Colin Smith. Jorge Hernandez also very happy to play his part there in that performance.
This home crowd voicing their displeasure. There's the big grin on the face of Jorge Hernandez. He'll get a passing grade for this one tonight.
I would say so. Some of the best players, man, they thrive. They thrive on this stuff, right? This animosity from the crowd helps feed them, helps motivate them. San Antonio, a few of those players, it's part of what makes them just so dangerous and difficult to actually shut out of games like this.
Smith right back on top of Hernandez. The ball somehow still ends up at his feet. Blanco. Maldonado. A few more changes readying for San Antonio. Ball settles down to the feet of Colin Smith with some space. Smith thought about booting it deep. Elects to play it short It's Lucio Berron. Hugo Pacheco. Two getting ready to come on for San Antonio, the next opportunity. It's like Phoenix Rising preparing to make their first changes of the night as well. Gomez steps in front of that ball from Barbier. The dummy gets it over to Avievu. Avievu back for Gomez. Gomez looking for a little bit of space. Finds Avievu. Avievu back for Gomez again. Gomez across the face of goal, knocked up and over the top. And it will be a corner, a dangerous moment for the hosts.
That's a chance in the second half so far for Phoenix Rising. Really nice play down that left side. Some lunging efforts to meet that ball at the goal mouth. Phoenix can't quite send it into the back of Joey Bajuni's net. But it's Avievu once again, his fingerprints all over this sequence, and Biasi tries to play that across, rockets it over. Phoenix can't get the right touch to it.
So the changes potentially being made, as it looks like they are pointing to the center. The changes for Phoenix Rising. The newest member, Gilberto Rivera, will make his debut, as Berron will come on for Kalov. So waiting for all these changes to officially come through. So it'll be Pacheco. Pacheco's still trying to wait. They're trying to figure out who's coming off. Now the head referee, there's been some miscommunication on who's coming off and who's going on.
Yeah, we just saw Diogo Pacheco run onto the field without anybody coming off. San Antonio, just for a moment, had 12 on the field.
So Barron's on the pitch, so it looks like they were telling him to come off. Aerof was the man who was making the change. Pacheco comes on. And now it looks like Pacheco is going to get a yellow card first thing entering the match.
How's that for a welcome present?
So Pacheco comes on for Aerof. Berron comes on for Kalov. And it looks like Rising's going to wait to make their changes. Carvana corner kick for Isan Sacco. Sacco ready, sends this one to the near post. Skiers came flying in, but unable to get ahead to it. And now Biasi wins the foot race and sends it all the way back to his keeper. Rising playing with 10 men after the red card shown at the end of the first half to Charlie Dennis. For a boot to the head of Dmitri Aerof. And Aerof ultimately found the goal right after, and now a foul on JP Skiers. And Joe, this match has become grinding to a halt over these last 5 or so minutes.
And if you're San Antonio, that's exactly what you want. You're happy to see the substitution process take a little bit longer than you might expect. You're happy to eat up some of these stoppages in the aftermath of fouls. Phoenix have to figure out a way to smooth this game out a little bit. Skiers comes in hot there. Cost his team a little bit of time in the process.
So Gilberto Rivera, the fresh new signing, officially announced yesterday. He will come on and make his debut, donning the kit number 37. And Hope Avievu will exit for Gunnar Studenhoft.
Yeah, you can't imagine a less like-for-like change than Hope Avievu out, Gunnar Studenhoft in. Looks like we're going to see this Rising team go into something closer to a front two with Studenhoft and Sacco as a strike partnership. Skiers may be moving back into central midfield to form a 3 with Rivera at the base. And Skiers and Morsu able to roam higher up and impact the game.
Pacheco tries to play that one through. Studenhoft from the Cayman Islands. If you've never watched him play, he's like a lightning bolt. The technical still coming along. But if he gets a step on you, good luck keeping up with him.
Well, this is exactly his sort of game, right? It's you're looking for something, you're looking to force a mistake from the opposition to pounce on a chance that really isn't there in the first place. Studenhoff, the singular sort of athletic force in this league, he closes ground almost quicker than you can imagine.
Sacco comes up to Batruni. There's Morsu. Ball being headed around in the midfield. Skierce gets to wait for it. Maldonado as Rising calling for a handball. Nothing there as they'll continue play. Maldonado for Hernandez in the midfield. Barbier switching sides all the way over for Tainter. Tainter, low pass, Pacheco. O'Connor Ward. A little bit of build-up play here from San Antonio. O'Connor Ward once again back to Hernandez. Gunnar forces the ball off of his feet, and Hernandez goes down. Looks like trying to stretch out. Hernandez back on his feet as Tainter presses forward. O'Connor Ward back for Hernandez. Barbier. About 15 left to play in the 90. Blanco working on Smith. Smith right there with him the whole time as Blanco gets it away, but right to the feet of Morsu. Colin Smith takes the contact and goes to ground and earns the foul. I just want to remind you that eFootball is officially here. You can live your dream and rep your team. Don't play as your favorite USL Championship club today. eFootball is free to play, so go and download it now. Ball, Blanco comes out and plays it. Alberto Rivera. New man in on loan. There's a ball played in through for Gunnar. Gunnar touches it down. Gunnar taken to ground. Nothing there as Thiago did a nice job staying step for step with him.
Yeah, it's no easy task. Gunnar Studenhoff already making his mark on this game. One of the things that looks like we're going to see from Rising now in these last 15 minutes or so is trying to be a little bit more aggressive when San Antonio do try to play the ball out of the back. Pamuduka motioning Studenhoff forward just a minute or two ago. Now we're seeing Joey Batruni just opt to send this ball long to play over that Phoenix press.
Batruni sends it in deep. Pelayo. Skierce going to provide some pressure. And Skierce right on Batruni. Batruni had a play last week as Gunnar goes right in and through the San Antonio player. That was Barbier who was down there. And San Antonio, they tried to get it going. Barbier now back up on his feet. Pamuduka is irate over that ball being just booted deep.
Yeah, San Antonio impressive with some of this ability to use the clock. Looking for every way to see a few more seconds tick on that scoreboard down in the south end.
So Batruni puts the ball down and has it back going. The captain Tainter to the middle. Lucio Barron. Barbier. Played back, Mikey Maldonado. Hernandez. Barbier able to keep that one in. As Rivera comes in, good challenge to slow things up.
Yeah, and Alberto Rivera is a player that this Phoenix Rising group is really excited about. Signed on loan earlier this week from Houston Dynamo. Playing in MLS Next Pro with Houston Dynamo too, a player that is well regarded in that organization, is making a really positive impression during his first few days in training here in Phoenix. Phoenix needs some bodies on this bench tonight. Makes the squad early after arriving in the Valley of the Sun and makes the field as well.
O'Connor Ward in behind Biasi. O'Connor Ward crossed in. Pacheco off the volley. He didn't get anything behind it. Easy save made by Rakowski.
Yeah, that's one Pacheco wants back. San Antonio haven't created a ton of really good looks in this second half despite being up a man. Been more content to grind through this game and not really give up any looks, not overexpose their back line.
Gunnar tries to flick this one forward. Skierce was behind him, but not near enough to put a play on the ball. Morsu settles it down. Morsu goes straight up the middle. Smith for Morsu. He has it poked away by Maldonado. Good bit of defending by Mikey Maldonado. Smith will slowly walk over to it. Get ready for this one. And Rising fans, you can bring your family out to a Rising game for an affordable price with a family value pack. Starting at just $25, receive a hot dog, drink, and a bag of chips with each ticket purchased. And go ahead and purchase them today at phxrisingfc.com. Smith, long throw in. Looking for Boy, an opportunity. And it's Adrian Pelayo.
How's that for the moment that Phoenix needed? We talked about set pieces as being the potential equalizer for this club. Down a goal. And it's that long throw in from Colin Smith. Initially looked like there was some confusion as to whether Phoenix wanted to go with the long throw. They opt to do so, and it's Smith that hurls the ball into the 18. And that's the magic behind those long throws, is that you try to capitalize on a bouncing ball, and that's exactly what Pelayo does. Makes clean contact, and it's 1-1.
The first goal on a Rising kit for the young Adrian Pelayo. And that is another Phoenix Rising goal. And it's another $100 from America First Credit Union being donated to a local charity through Rising's Goals for Good program. Pelayo opens up his scoring tally on the season, and it's 1-1. Down a man, and might not be done just yet. Gunnar weaving his way through a few defenders. Rising's won 3 consecutive matches. They're still unbeaten at home. Trying to close the gap to the San Antonio club, who at the moment sits atop the Western Conference. Rivera gets himself a little bit of space. Roberto Rivera over for Biasi. Biasi, Gunnar. Gunnar trying to get into the box. Shot deflected down, and it's knocked away for a corner. Joe, it's wild how just one goal can energize a club, and it's certainly what that goal from Pelayo has done tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We'll get to look at it here. It's Poplar Boy just fighting to keep that play alive, and Pelayo makes no mistake about it. Not an easy finish whatsoever from the center back. But his right foot, I mean, we've seen the center back on set pieces tonight. That right foot can do a lot of damage.
Another Carvana corner kick. It'll be Sacco to take this one. The Frenchman readies and sends it in. Short looking for Skierce. Skierce gets taken out. Skierce is down, but Sacco goes in, and Sacco across the face of goal. Nothing is there, and he's going to go and check to his midfielder, J.P. Skierce, who took a heavy shot on that corner. So Skierce will start to jog his way back. More look. Short corner taken. As Barone just went to try and defend it. Marboy in stride, clears it away. As another change will be made, it will be Pelayo coming off to a round of applause. Isaiah Ramirez, one of the academy players for this rising team, will check in.
Yeah, what a night for Adrian Pelayo. On a yellow card, maybe trying to protect the number of players you do have on the field, not wanting to go down lower than 10 if you're Pamadou Ka. Maybe Pelayo felt something there in the aftermath. Now we will see Colin Smith step inside and become the center back on the right side of this Phoenix back line. And Isaiah Ramirez play as this outside back on the near side.
Barbier. Flipped over for Barone. Hernandez. Touchdown as Ramirez gets a foot to it. Finds its way to Akeem O'Connor-Ward. Hernandez crossed in. Blanco touches around. Blanco goes for goal. It wouldn't have mattered. The flag was up on the far side. The captain waiting on this one. Arizonans, you have options on how to manage your bill. You can find rate plan information and programs like budget billing and much more at aps.com/Let's Talk. Gunnar soars into the sky, gets a head to it, but bounces away. Easy one to head down for O'Connor-Ward. Biasi scurry over and collect it. Barbier knocked down as Sorto, knew he was offside, so just let that one play past him.
Yeah, now it's been Phoenix ever since that goal. Back in the driver's seat of this game. San Antonio reeling a bit to figure out how to get themselves back in control. Oh, picking up the ball there off of Gunnar Sutenhoff doesn't hurt.
Barbier. Pacheco looking for Blanco, and flag is up, offside once again. It was the red card right at the end of the first half in the 43rd minute from Charlie Dennis. A boot up too high, he caught Dmitri Aerof. Shown a straight red, and Rising's been with 10 men since then. Aerof opened the scoring, then stoppage time at the end of the first 45. And it's been Phoenix chasing ever since, and finally leveling thanks to Adrian Pelayo, his first goal on the season. And that is where we stand with just a few minutes left in the 90. Barone chips it forward. Nobody's over there. Potmar boy sprinting over. Steps in front of Sorto. Sorto goes for goal. Gets it right back to his feet. Potmar boy in the front once again, and they're able to clear it away. And that is why Potmar boy is as valuable as he is to this Rising team.
Always seems to be in the right place at the right time, Potmar boy. That might have been the look for San Antonio. See if they can grab another one.
Flores curling into the left hand to the waiting arms of Rakowski. The question is for Phoenix is, do you try and press to find a winner, or are you content with getting out of here with the point, being down a man, as now Rising calling for the trainer. That's Biasi, who's hobbling his way, trying to get off the pitch.
And Luke Biasi's been so good tonight. Playing both ways for Phoenix on the left side of the back line. Really effective in his 1v1 defending, useful in the attack as well as a connective piece. Looks like his night, though, is going to end.
Yeah, so he's going to try and make his way off. It'll be another academy player, Noah Cross, who is going to enter for Biasi. Now you have a back line filled with 2 academy players. You have Potmar Boy and Colin Smith who will anchor the middle. And you've got Isaiah Ramirez, as well as Noah Cross, who will man the wings.
And Killian, to get back to your question about how do you think about managing this game if you're Phoenix? Do you try to open up and go for it, grab that winner? You've had a little bit of momentum here. Or do you try to avoid extending yourself beyond what you can handle? I think having the back line chopped and changed as much as it has, a couple of young outside backs, Colin Smith now playing out of position as a center back. Really, if the opportunity presents itself to go, I think you go, but otherwise, you got to be really careful with how you manage these last minutes at home.
Markovsky sends it high into the Phoenix night. Ramirez comes over to challenge for that one in the air. Morsu shouldering off. Morsu fighting with Barone. As he keeps it, earns the foul. As Morsu will take a moment. Those are 2 guys that Barone, 6 foot 180. Morsu, 6 foot 160. Boy, trying to sneak one through to Gunnar. Ramirez tries to step over, has it taken off of his feet. Rivera slides down and wins the ball. Morsu. Played back, Roberto Rivera. Could Rivera have a moment of magic in his rising debut? Gunnar. Takes a bit of an awkward hop on him. Gunnar somehow keeps possession. And Ramirez in that last touch off of Barone. Will be 6 minutes of stoppage time added on. Ramirez looked like he was ready to take that one. Colin Smith was standing right behind him like, hey, I'm right here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, though, Phoenix are going to go for that long throw. Not set up in the box for it, despite Colin Smith having the arm to get it that far.
Barbier will play it out and get a little bit closer down there to that corner flag. Rising, I think, content to take their time.
Yep.
Looks like Colin Smith doesn't like that ball.
We've seen one pop tonight. And now Phoenix have loaded up the box. Potmar Boy making his way into the 18.
Pamuduka, loud, trying to get Gunnar Studenhoff into the box. Another big body. Smith will launch this one in for the head of Gunnar, and Butruni diving to his right makes the save.
Well, that almost happened exactly as Pamuduka imagined it, getting Gunnar Studenhoff into the 18. Then the perfect service onto the head of the striker.
And Skierce gets taken down. And Skierce will take a moment to collect his thoughts. A great throw from Smith, and Gunnar just not enough on it to get it past Butruni.
Yeah, it's a good save from Butruni getting down into his right. That might have been the one for Phoenix. They'll hope they get another bite of the apple here on this set piece.
Perfectly placed right to Gunnar, but an even better save by Butruni, who's been very sharp tonight. Here's Sacco to take this free kick. Sacco looking for the back post for Smith, who tries to center it for Gunnar. Not there, ball being bounced around. Ramirez will take the touch, and Ramirez too strong. Now potential chance on the counterattack for San Antonio, as Hernandez gets taken down, as Isan Sacco will be shown a yellow card.
Yeah, Isan Sacco knows what he's doing there. Knows that Phoenix are going to be at a disadvantage as San Antonio charge forward. Happy to take down Jorge Hernandez.
Halfway through the 6 minutes. See if there's anything left in this one tonight. Blanco collects it, working on the youngster Ramirez. Gets a little bit of space, crossed through the face, and Rakowski will leap up and calmly bring it to ground. Rakowski will boot it deep. And Gunnar, a tug of the kid of Barbier, and a foul free kick. Thiago will take it quickly. San Antonio still up a man. You have to imagine they still feel they can find one more in this. Barbier sent all the way across. O'Connor Ward, lovely touch. O'Connor Ward working into the box on cross. Lays it off. Hernandez, Rakowski punches it away. The second chance, Barone boots it deep. Strong save from Patrick Rakowski.
The German continues to get the job done in net. For Phoenix Rising, a threatening moment for San Antonio. But it's a simple save for Rakowski. Gets over to his right side. Parries the ball away cleanly. Phoenix Rising continuing to hold, seeking at least a point at home.
Sacco over to Gunnar, who slips on the near side. Played 4.5 of the 6. Maldonado. Over for Thiago on the near side. Blanco cutting inside. Barone has it taken away. Boy clears it. Gunnar for Morsu. Morsu as Barone closes him down. Rivera. Rivera presses. Tries to go 1-2 with Gunnar, and that's just the chemistry not there yet. Here comes Hernandez, looking up with a lot of space in front of him. Hernandez a bit too far.
Well, there's a let-off for Phoenix. That's not the situation you want to be in with just a few seconds left in this match. Seeing one of the greats this league has ever seen, Jorge Hernandez running right at your back line. Phoenix breathed a sigh of relief there.
So the seconds ticking away. Rakowski well ready to boot this one deep. This might be the last touch. The head referee checking his watch, and there is the final whistle. 90 hard-fought minutes between two Western Conference rivals, and they'll share a point thanks to the late goal from Adrian Pelayo, rising down a man and somehow scratch out a draw at home.
Yeah, I think if you're Phoenix Rising, this is a result that you can hold your head high after collecting. The red card from Charlie Dennis completely turned this game on its head. Phoenix continued to be solid defensively. Found a look on a set piece. This is the kind of result that I think builds momentum. If you're Pamadouka talking to this group, and if you're San Antonio, you're feeling frustrated. After a chance like this, you had a clean lead, didn't give up a ton of great looks in the second half in open play, generally protected your lead well when the ball was in play. It's just that one moment of not being able to clear the danger inside the 18 changes everything for the San Antonio squad.
It's handshakes and high fives all around. A 1-1 draw, a point aside in this Western Conference showdown. Don't go anywhere. Bring the Circle K post-match report. We got the full match highlights. We'll wrap things up for you on the other side of this break in Phoenix.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, one second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car. Billy, you still there? Okay,
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. Do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
When you trust your heart, to Abrazo Health, you're choosing a team who have dedicated their lives helping to save yours.
You're choosing physicians, medical assistants, and providers who commit their lives to understanding every connection and hearing the whole person.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
We believe heart care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Back, Circle K post-match. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry, 1-1 between Phoenix Rising and San Antonio FC. It was an exciting 90 minutes of soccer. Saw a little bit of everything tonight, Joe, and ultimately these two teams will walk away with a point each.
Yeah, you can pretty much check every box off the bingo card. Yellow cards, red cards, set piece goal. I mean, this game had everything. Two very good teams, it looks like, in this Western Conference. San Antonio, professional in how they went about their business in open play, couldn't quite hold this lead. And Phoenix clawing their way back into a game. Not something that we're still maybe totally used to seeing this Rising team do.
Certainly true. We're going to give you the Gila Rivers Resorts and Casinos match highlights for you. It was opportunities early on in the first half. It was the first 45 that Rising, they really controlled, but this was what turned the game on its head. A straight red card for that dangerous challenge from Charlie Dennis, and then the answer was shortly thereafter. Dmitri Aerof slots one home to make it 1-0.
Yeah, just sloppiness from Phoenix Rising, sloppy decision-making from Charlie Dennis. No malice in that attempt, of course, on Aerof, but still gets up and makes contact with the head, and then Potmar Boy still getting his sea legs under him in the USL season this year. Sloppy clearance that gives San Antonio a huge chance.
You go into the second, and then a long throw. Adrian Palayo, his first goal in a Rising kit, off a little half volley, and a huge goal to level it down a man. And in the 88th, it just got a little weird. You had opportunities left, right, and center. Patrick Rakowski came up clutch in the final 5 or so minutes tonight.
Yeah, Rakowski continues to be solid for this Rising team. He's been a breath of fresh air in goal for them after initially being relegated to the bench to start the year. He's been big for Phoenix. Almost found another look on that long throw from Colin Smith, but it was too good to be true to strike lightning twice in that spot.
And this was the one that ultimately sealed the match at 1-1. A Jorge Hernandez rocket from the outside of the box. The German Rakowski strongly parries it away without an issue. And that is where it stands, a 1-1. Here are your final stats. Shots pretty even all across the board. The possession numbers will favor San Antonio, I think for fair reason, being up a man for the entirety of that second half. A really even match.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.